And Google says we're online. Okay, so Google, what do you want us to do next? Oh, yeah, right. Belinda, your turn.
Welcome, everybody, to the Mardox Daily Live Chat. Today, we're talking about banner rotation.
No, 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 no,
What?
no, no, no. Content. Where do you get your fresh
Oh, I'm
content?
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
And then
sorry.
and
I
then
meant
we'll
to
and
say
then
content.
yeah,
I screwed up.
yeah, and then we'll talk about the banner rotation.
Okay, so we're talking about where to get good content today, and then we'll be talking about banner rotation later, and whatever comes to our little ever clever minds, which could be scary, but we're going to take that chance.
The big
And now,
the big question is, do you banvertise?
hmm,
Hmm.
and now here's nothing.
Now we gotta do something more like CubeStar does, and also in the news. Oh, jeez. Yeah. So, yeah. Heads up, people. The guys that I was following that do the urban exploration. Dude's fine. He's back up and walking. He literally can now sit on his butt. Watch yesterday's show, and you'll learn about the Sphinctonator 2000.
I commented on that too, by the
Yeah,
way.
I saw that. I saw that, and so he's up and about. I talked to him this morning. He is up and about and walking around, and don't think he's gonna want. He's gonna look twice the next time before backing up and falling on a piece of aluminum. Um, what else? What else? What else is there? Yeah. So where do you get your fresh content, Belinda? Where do you get your content that's fresh and not regurgitated, repuked, rechewed up, spit out, and reused?
Well,
Fresh
I see
stuff.
it depends on what kind of content I'm looking for to where I look for it. So you probably want to be more specific
Okay.
because there's a plethora of things out there, and I create some of my own as well.
Okay. Let me be more specific. I'm gonna hold up one thumb and two fingers.
You're talented.
Do you get it? And no, but I see a lot of people getting these articles, free PLO articles,
Okay, all
and
right, articles.
yeah, and well, just articles just for one, and I read the article and I'm like, oh my god, I've seen that article before. Oh, there it is again. And it's like, why aren't these people putting up legitimate, honest to goodness, fresh content? Why do these people think that they can put up regurgitated junk and still move forward?
No clue, but yeah, if
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
talking about
Lauren.
specifically
Yeah, hi,
ebooks and
hi,
articles,
hold
yeah,
on,
they're
hold on,
all
hold
over
on,
the
hold on.
place.
Hi, Lauren. You got to
Hi,
mute.
Lauren.
Yeah, my video camera is not working.
Yeah, you got mute your microphone for now because we're hearing everything from the background right now. Lauren, cuckoo. She's gonna make me do it.
It's not working.
There, she's muted. Something
So
with
yeah, for
yeah.
ebooks and articles, they're all over the place, and it's hard to find original content unless you make it yourself. It seems when it comes to things like that, at least.
Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, original content's even better, but I mean, there's still fresh content. There is stuff that's put out there that is that you can use, and like I'll go to masterresellrights.com and I'll get content from them. But then I think there's over 1,000 paid members over there right now, and
I have a friend that I'm sorry not to interrupt, but that reminds me because I keep forgetting to ask you this. I have a friend that asked me last week, and it slipped my mind. He's looking for PLR entrepreneurship type content.
then he's got to start.
Like if you have it in your library or not.
He's got to start by getting content galore. So he's got the whole
He
like.
doesn't want all that. He just wants specifically from me, if I can get my hands on it for
Oh,
him,
it's one article.
particular subject, which is entrepreneurship, because he's starting his own course thing, and it's
Yeah,
themed around that.
yeah, but there's a lot of PLR. Start your own business in PLR. There's tons out there. There's even some that are absolutely free.
Well, see, I need to know though where to get those or buy those so I can.
I would go to Master Resale Rights and pay a monthly membership and get
No, I'm
access
not
over
doing
there.
that. I don't. I'm not doing
No,
that.
that would be your best bet because literally there are hundreds of courses on how to
No,
become.
I just simply wanted something maybe from your library that I
Oh,
could
it's
just
in
give
there.
to him.
You'd have to go through but then he'll have to buy a membership at Mardox because
Well, what if I bought it though, and you said I could do what I want with it, right? Once
well, if you
I
want to give it to him, yeah, it's PLR Pay Dirt is at Mardox. That's a little older, but it's still really good. It shows you how to get started with PLR articles, private label right articles.
Yeah, he's not looking to buy in and do a membership thing, just like I don't do that stuff. I do it like, yearly or one time, or that's how he is.
Yeah, yeah. No, go to Mardox. And there's a video course. No, you'll still have to be a member at Mardox to get it, because the videos are available in the Mardox site.
I thought that if we buy the hard drive.
Oh yeah, but that's content galore.
Content.
Yeah, that's content galore. But if the cheapest way for him would be just to become a member at Mardox, and he'll have all those videos right there all the time.
I don't know if you'll go that far. He wants fresh content, but he doesn't want to commit to anything just to get it. In other words,
well, then
he'll buy it straight out or something. But
no, I seriously would the cheapest route is $9 a month. I would go with master resale rights, to tell you the truth, because I think every day you're going to get about 10 or 15 PLR titles daily, that you can download and do what you want with, and you've got full access to them for $9 a month. That's a really dirt cheap price, because you're looking at about 300 titles a month.
Yeah, but he's only looking for a specific. Yeah, they were just for everyday stuff, but he's looking for specific theme, which I don't personally ever seen a lot of articles on, which is entrepreneurship itself, not how to start anything, but the subject of it itself. He's very super specific.
Yeah, well, PLR Pay Dirt, I'm sure Master Resale Rights has it too. PLR Pay Dirt is the name of the course. I believe it's like a 16 video course. It walks you through from getting your domain name all the way down to even doing graphic design for your logo, and it shows you all the ins and outs. It's a really good starter course. But then, like I said before, it doesn't just end there. I have another course that's 80 videos long that I could present to him. Probably next week is when I'm going to upload it to nelsonbuck.com. But it's an 80 video course that I've been holding back on putting it out. But again, it shows you from step one, from where to start, all the way to the end, and pretty much touches every single topic in between. But it's 80 videos. It's a huge undertaking to sit there and watch all this and learn all this. But it's a full out course.
Well, all I know is what he told me is that he wants entrepreneurship type courses, not startup company, nothing like that. Just entrepreneurship in itself, and it's super specific. I wasn't sure if we could find anything like that.
But that's what it is. The PLR entrepreneurship. You're not. There is no. Here's a button, click it and go. That doesn't exist.
No. Of course, talks about, maybe the motivation, the mindset. Maybe that's what he meant by that. Right. You have motivational type, or acres of diamonds. The art of getting rich. It could be something more in that direction.
I'd have to sit down with him and talk to him about it and see what he wants to do or not want to do, because I literally, as well as I do, Belinda, there's 1,000 courses.
I know, but I've never seen any on entrepreneurship specifically. They're more like how to do this, how to do that, or things like that. So he's getting super specific, and I wasn't sure if what to tell him on
because
that.
When you're talking about starting a business and PLR, private label article writing and distribution, that's a whole industry right there. And then now you're talking mindset. That's a whole nother set of video courses, because there's a whole bunch of money-making mindsets videos that exist. Like I said, Content Galore, my site, we're up to nearly 13,000 titles in that series. And there's 13,000 ebooks, videos, sets, PLR. It's huge. There's a lot of stuff in there.
Oh yeah.
It's literally I'm going to challenge a person that say, I want you to go through everything in 1 year and get back to me when you're done, because I know it's going to take a lot longer than 1 year to go through everything.
Wouldn't it be funny if I did that and your jaw dropped and I actually had time to do that and I actually still got sleep in the process?
I did the math the other day. I would have to go through over 2,000 titles. What did I say? No, it's 12,000. Yeah, it's 1,000. It would have to be 1,000 titles a month. So divide that down by or what would that be? 330 titles, or 33 somewhat titles a day, something like that. It'd be every single day, nonstop, and don't miss any, because otherwise the next day you got double to do.
You have to have no life. Not the judge, just saying.
Josh, how are you, Josh?
Hey, Joshy.
I'm here.
How's internet neutrality serving you today? That says it all. That says, did you contact your congressman to tell him how you feel about this?
I did.
Yes, good. And everybody else that's listening, net neutrality, get a hold of your congressman and tell him what you think about this. Tell him that net neutrality cannot die, that you want net neutrality.
Is something going on in his neighborhood that
no, it's United States right now.
No,
I haven't noticed anything with my cable.
So here's what's going on with net neutrality. Basically, it says, you know, let's say you have Comcast, right? Which is the guys who basically started all this crap to say that they think they should be able to make more money and that net neutrality is killing their business model. So they sued the government for the FTC and they won. Because the government didn't come back and say that the internet's a utility, it's, you know, which would have made it a public service, and therefore they would have had to kind of keep net neutrality around for a while.
Yeah.
They basically are trying to abolish net neutrality. Now, what net neutrality does is it says that if you're playing a stream, you get the same access as anybody else out there. Now what they're saying is, wait a minute, but she doesn't pay the same cable bill as, you know, Warren Buffett down the street. So Warren Buffett should have a better streaming service than she does. So we should be able to stream it faster to him and slower to her. Mm-hmm. And that's what the abolishment of net neutrality does. Now, in addition to that, it says, well, you know, instead of you having unlimited internet access, it also says, well, now we can charge you by the kilobyte, for example, or the megabyte, which is what they're charging in Chicago right now if you hit over your terabyte limit. Mm-hmm. And they could sit there and say, well, you're streaming video so much, we're going to charge you by every megabyte of everything you download online. Instead of having unlimited internet. In addition to that, they could say, well, we're a cable company. We're in the business of providing television services. You know, it now gives them the right to refuse content based on how much data it's actually streaming. Yep. Before, net neutrality said they could not discriminate against any data online. Now, with the abolishment of net neutrality, they can say, well, you know, YouTube is a competitor to us. We don't want people to see YouTube videos because then they won't buy our cable policy, our cable plans. So therefore, we're just going to abolish, you know, the ability for anybody to stream anything through YouTube. We're going to abolish Roku. We're going to abolish, you know, Sling TV because, well, we can, and it's to our advantage to do so.
Yeah. Now, Belinda, it hasn't started yet. They're in the process of doing it, but Josh is right.
I was going to say, I didn't notice it yet.
When it happens, literally, you're going to be watching a YouTube video, and then halfway through the video, it's going to say, we're sorry, now you have to upgrade to get a better service, and if you don't, well, tough luck, you're not going to see the rest of the video. Yep. It's going to be stuff like that we're going to start seeing. And not only that, but ISPs like myself that do hosting, it's going to run the cost through the roof because my bandwidth is going to be tripling in cost. So where I'm paying, $230 for a server, I'm going to wind up. Yeah, Josh, thanks. I'm going to wind up having to pay when if this goes through and net neutrality gets abolished. The ISPs are going to turn around and look at me and say, "Oh, hey, you want bandwidth? You got to pay $400 a month for your same bandwidth that you're using now, just because we said so."
They don't go to wireless, even though it may not be quite stable.
No, Belinda, listen. If net neutrality is abolished, you have nobody can afford $400 a month for cable. A lot of people can't. That's what I'm saying. And this is what these idiots are doing. But no, $400 is for my bandwidth, for my company, business, for the servers. But they're going to hit you guys and the small people, and they're going to say, you want to watch Netflix? You got to pay an extra. You want to watch YouTube? You got to pay an extra.
Well, I won't.
You're going to have to. You're going to have nothing left.
I don't need the internet for my business, really.
But Belinda, you don't get it. You don't get it. Again, it's not you. It's the world. It's becoming we're putting the control of the internet in the hands of the big corporations who don't give a shit about us.
So let's everybody boycotts.
Exactly. So that's why we're saying, go to your government, your congressman, say you don't want this to happen. You don't want this to go through. And these companies are putting through the vote tomorrow on a day where there's going to be no phone accessibility, no emails are going to be checked. They're doing it under the table so that people like you and me can't say, hey, I don't like this. So I tell everybody.
I read something about it, but I didn't know all the details until Josh explained it.
No, it's really, and Josh is just covering just the top of the pyramid here, on the top of the iceberg. It's really severe. At first, you're going to see a few things like okay, Netflix. You're going to be able to only have 3-4 shows on Netflix a month, something, whatever.
Heck,
gimmick.
if I'm paying that, I want to see it all, or I won't pay. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it's not Netflix.
For Netflix.
It's not Netflix's choice. You're at Comcast. It's going to be Comcast that's going to decide what you can and can't see.
I know, but I'm just saying. I know it's not Netflix's fault, but
Yeah.
as far as what I'm paying, just in itself, it's why bother?
So you're going to wind up having to pay more, or say what? Go to another provider? There won't be another provider because it's going
You understand? There's a lot of free content I can watch, but honestly, I don't have time to watch a lot of stuff anyway, so I can take or leave Netflix.
No, it's not a question of Netflix. Think bigger. We're putting.
I know. I'm just saying, for example.
No, there is no example. We're putting the control of the internet into Nazi corporations, communist corporations, where they don't care about us one bit, not one. And a proof of this is that they're putting through the vote on Thursday, tomorrow, and
on Thanksgiving.
And nobody's going to be around. So we got till December 15th, I think. Is it, Josh? Is it December 15th the deadline for saying?
Oh no, that's already been passed. People just don't know.
Well,
I passed already because the court case already went through years ago. A couple years ago.
No, I know, but I was told that we are still able to contact.
I would never
the only thing that stops it right now. There's only one thing that can stop it, and that's the government calling it a utility, and that's it.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So it's get out there, talk to your congresspeople. It is a utility. Everybody should be entitled to internet, just like you have electricity.
It also will block BitTorrent and places like that, which Comcast believes are giving free videos and stuff.
Yeah.
But BitTorrent's also used for legit purposes as well, which is going to cause some problems.
Yeah. Data mining and data processing is going to go down the toilet. Like, for example, the supercomputing. Or what they refer to as grid computing, where you have to download packets, you let your computer do a process, and you return a result. It's done like BitTorrent, and that's going to hinder.
And just a quick search on net neutrality, they've already passed it, and the FCC has already denied everybody, so it's already law.
Yeah, so now it's a question of get a hold of our Congress and have it switched over to. I'm hearing everybody talking about it, saying get up there.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the fight's over. We've lost.
Oh no, it can be undone. It's humanity wrote stuff on paper. It can be undone.
I'm actually expecting that. I expect a repeal of it. However, I expect the repeal of it to be very bad.
What do you mean?
I think what's going to happen is what the obvious thing is going to happen here. All the low-income people and the poor people are going to sit there and be going online, and they're going to be wondering why there's damn stuff so damn slow.
Yeah.
Once they realize this net neutrality law, they're going to raise hell. And here's the thing: people don't realize, and the government really should make it a utility, because if they don't think about the logic of this, just think about the logic of this part. What would happen if we took away the internet access from millions and millions of people in the United States overnight? Right now, the only thing people do is go home and go on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
What else are they going to do?
Well, there's other stuff to do. I mean, before the internet, there was stuff to do.
But what do you think they're going to do? But yeah, but there was.
Yeah, but now we're addicted.
We're addicted. So now what's going to happen? What's going to happen now is, oh, shit, we didn't realize it was doing this. They're going to fucking call their congressman, blow the damn phone lines up, and if not, they're going to show up on the doorstep with guns.
Oh, yeah.
They could. One of the problems that people failed to realize here is that this net neutrality thing could start a civil war.
Yeah. Well,
the government should have stepped in just for that purpose alone.
What I'm worried about right now is, and I'm thinking about moving my server. I'm with SoftLayer right now, and my server's in Washington. And if it goes sour the way I think it's going to, within a month, I'm going to be moving my server to Montreal or Toronto. I'm still going to stay with SoftLayer, but I'm going to have them physically move my server because Canada's not affected by net neutrality, and not yet, anyways.
Lucky you.
Yeah, well, not as of yet.
I mean, for now, you have time.
That's right. That's right. And we have the issue going through our courts here too, and
it's actually a massive issue that people don't realize yet.
I'm sure the countries
if this goes through, it could literally cause some chaos and cause some rioting in the streets, literally.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And people don't realize that yet, and I don't think they're going to until it's all gone.
Are you talking about the FCC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you contact your congressperson?
No.
Okay, I would if I were you, I would get a hold of them, tell them that you want the internet to be a utility and not privately owned. because it's going to matter whether or not people like you and others like you stand up and talk about it. If nobody stands up and talks about it, the major corporations like Comcast and Verizon are going to own the internet in the United States. We call it net neutrality.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, and it's already being put in place. And the thing is, people like yourself, Lauren, are not saying anything. Oh, somebody else will. I don't want to get involved with that. I don't want to call. Somebody else will call. I'll do it later.
I wouldn't even know who to call.
Yeah,
You're
it came
a
out
congressperson.
3 hours ago is when the decision was made.
Hold on a sec. I'll get you the links here. I'll put the links to that in the description of this video. So later on, go back and check on the video itself. There's two websites you can go to that will show you who your congressperson is and their phone number and mailing address. How to send them a letter if you wanted to. Also,
It's too late.
no, but everything can be done.
It has to be undone now because the 3 hours ago they released the final draft.
It is a human thing written on paper by humans. It is It is not set in concrete. You tell me the sun is permanent. That's a different story. Something written on.
Now we have to repeal it, is what I'm saying.
Because
they just already abolished net neutrality.
That's right. That or
The question is, when does it take effect
that
now?
or flat out, everybody, you guys don't want this. You want to undo it. Don't sign up to companies like Comcast. Companies that are.
We don't have a choice. It's the only thing around here.
Yeah, it is.
If you left those companies and a million other people did, there would suddenly be 1,000 other ISPs really quick, and they'd be more than happy to take your service.
But we can't afford to wait around until that happens.
Here's what's
we have a
going
business
on,
to
right?
run.
Well, this is an example of
draft
monopolies.
from the FCC was released 3 hours ago. The vote goes up before a committee. It's actually not going to Congress. It goes to a commission on December 14th. But it's considered to be basically passed at this point, is what they're saying.
I know,
there.
yeah, because you're counting on nobody saying anything. But you do got till December 14th to get out there and scream loud.
Yeah, but the thing
what's
is
going to
that
happen is a lot of us will do the blackout again. That's how we stopped it the last time. I don't know if you remember the internet blackout we did back when they first were trying to pass it.
Yeah, but I wasn't part of this. What's this blackout?
Oh, there were a couple of years ago, probably about 2013, I guess. There was the laws that were trying to come out with there was some internet freedom laws that they were trying to abolish. And Google and I know a lot of companies, including myself, we all blacked out our websites that day. And there was so many sites that blacked out that literally the next day, the entire decision got reversed.
Yeah, it'd be nice if it was that quick, but I doubt it.
Well, the reason why is because they basically said they were going to remain blacked out until they decided to not pass it. And because there was such the big sites that went down with it, I mean, every major online company went down, because you got to remember, if you're a big company and you're online, net neutrality is not in your favor.
That's right.
Because you have to pay for all that data now. It's kind of like being a C corp in America.
It's going to affect even my business. If you look at it, I'm setting up.
Not only that, it's like double taxation, because Comcast says, hey, you have to pay for a faster streaming service in order to receive the data. But at the same time, they're also charging the host companies more to produce the data.
Yeah.
So now you're being hit on both ends. So the company's having to pay more, the users are having to pay more, everybody loses on this deal.
I have a server that has 5 terabytes of bandwidth per month with the contract. And I've been told that as long as I do not cancel that contract or lose that server, that bandwidth will remain intact. So yeah, now it's like I'm not going to miss any payment dates on that server whatsoever. I cannot afford to lose that 5 terabytes. And and why I know it's 3 times the cost is because I called and said how much is my bandwidth going to cost. It is going to go from $250 a gig to $750 a gig extra. So that's 3 times the cost of what I'm normally paying for over limit bandwidth. And that's all because of this net neutrality disappearing. It's going to hurt businesses. Companies like myself, where I'm charging $24.95 for a crap load of stuff and all these videos on board, I'm going to have to say at some point, sorry guys, I can't provide all these videos, these terabytes of videos being served. I'm going to have to take the videos down. Or I'm going to have to up the price.
Because there will be a blackout next week, I guarantee it. If there's going to be a blackout before the 14th.
Yeah.
because Google is actually on your side on this one because they really want to keep net neutrality because it's in their favor to keep net neutrality as well.
Well,
as a business.
yeah. Could you imagine how much YouTube is going to cost them if they don't? YouTube already loses money. If they lose net neutrality, you know how much more it's going to cost them?
They'll just abolish it.
Yeah, they'll just get rid of it.
Yeah, and
that's going to corrupt. That's going to corrupt a lot of people that depend on that money.
Yep, exactly. We'll be gone again.
So back to the topic of today. Where do you guys get your content? Does anybody know? We kind of started off with one topic, went to net neutrality. Talk to me, Belinda. Say something.
Just like I said, just all over the internet. I mean, you just search engines is like the first go-to thing I go to unless I come across it by accident elsewhere. You know,
my biggest problem is doing these shows and trying to find topics for me. Content like that, I get a lot of content because I can look back and say, okay, what are people asking? What are people talking about? But to find topics, sometimes it's really hard to sit there and I'll come down to the last 5 minutes before the show goes on. I'll be like, okay, today we're going to talk about this. You know, that's why the Friday show we recap the other topics of the week. It's kind of like, you know, self-generating content. But it's hard sometimes to find fresh content or fresh information to talk about. And then I got those days where fresh content comes up and we got net neutrality issues and boom, and we start talking about that. John was supposed to be on today, but I think John's dead. I think John.
Yeah, I think we need to make funeral arrangements.
Yeah, I think John Brewer croaked because he says he's not feeling good. No, he's just sick right now. He's probably sound asleep. I talked to him today, and it's like I send him a message, and then 5 hours later he replies, and then 5 hours later I reply to him. So he's always sleeping. I hope he gets better. So everybody send him his best wishes. You know. Okay, for today, Belinda, close up the show for this topic, and we'll just stay online. We'll talk about more net neutrality. And
what about the banner thing?
Or the Mardox banner rotation? Oh no, I was just going to say that, you know, hopefully by tomorrow we should have it up and running. I did a lot of programming last night and got it to where it actually tracks when banners show, when there's clicks, and how you're supposed to earn your credits for your banners off that. So, yeah, tomorrow we should have the banner rotation up and running. I'm right now I'm going through looking at all the little hinky stuff that people can do to the banner rotation, like, oh, I don't know, put our banners on their website 100 times to try to get 100 times the views, you know. You know, stuff like that. So I'm programming little things to fix those problems, and tomorrow we should have it up. And the website address is Banvertise. So that's why I was asking, do you Banvertise? It's more than advertising. It's not just banners. It's Banvertising. So Banvertise.com, BANVERTISE.com, and I'll have we'll do a talk about it tomorrow and show the service. No, it's going to be a cool way for you guys to get your products and services being exposed for free. And in turn, you're running our banners on your website. So, yeah, tune in tomorrow for that. But with that said, Belinda, wrap it up, and we'll go on to talking about other topics off show.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us on the Mardox Daily Live Chat, DLC. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving in the U.S., so happy Thanksgiving to those in the U.S. who celebrate it. But we should be thankful every day and not just on a holiday. So even though Thanksgiving and Christmas time, we tend to, you know, hold
on. That would be what? Commandment what now? 101?
Anyway, that we have to help people more. Remember, people, help each other every day. But I realize holidays is when some people are without family and they're reminded of that. So my heart and prayers go out to everyone who are having good times and bad. So join us. Are we having it tomorrow for Thanksgiving? Are we having it?
It's not Thanksgiving for me.
Okay, well, I'll try to make it. I can't promise.
Tomorrow's an American thing.
Yeah, I can't promise because I might be busy with the turkey. I don't know.
Oh, if you're not there and you're busy with the turkey, I'll definitely be here.
Funny. So join those who are actually have nothing better to do on Thanksgiving in the U.S. and around the world. Those who can join us tomorrow to see what comes out of our mouths. Are we doing tech?
Yeah, tomorrow's a tech show. Yeah.
Okay, doing tech. We'll try to get technical. Until then, remember to subscribe, like, and comment.
That sounds like a
And
1980s song. Try to get technical.
I'll try to do the John Brewer way.
Yeah.
And I suck. And
John never says that.
no, I do.
I mean, technically he sucks right now just for not being here. But you know.
Sorry, John. I didn't mean that you say that. I meant that I'm sucking at trying to do the imitation of you.
Yeah.
Let me specify that.
Yeah. So join us tomorrow and tell us stuff that so we can think.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I got my wrong cup again. Kidding.
John is a unique character, very unique.
Yes.
Yep.
Nobody can mimic him. He's one of a kind.
I hope Lauren is typing something right now because she, okay.
She's typing you a love letter. But
yeah,
anyway.
That's it. Okay, so tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern time, be there. We're going to talk tech stuff. We're going to show about the banners. We'll talk about Submit Pub and other stuff. So those of you that are on here right now, stay here. We're going to do the after chat and talk bad stuff about other people. And we'll see everybody else tomorrow.
God bless and toodaloo.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.